So, a very good evening, folks. I am Kiran Mishra, social media lead at Cloud Native Hooghly, and I welcome you to the week 4 of Kate Smashers Bootcamp. Till now, we have covered the basics of Linux, networking, and CI/CD pipelines in our previous sessions, and today we are all set to take you over the clouds. So, are you excited? So, I hope you all are excited because I can't share my meme today as well due to network issues. So wait, मैंने cloud बोला क्या? Yes, some of you folks must be vibing on बादल वर्षा बिजली at this point. तो जिसको भी cloud सुन के ये गाना याद आ रहा है, please self-report yourself, folks. Jokes apart, don't worry if you are new to this. We have with us Md Nasirul Haque as our speaker for today's session. बहुत लोगों ने इनका नाम तो सुना ही होगा. He needs no introduction. He will make your cloud computing, particularly GCP journey, a cakewalk. इतना तो GCP किया मैंने. कोई full form बताएगा मुझे in comment section? Head on to the chat section और लिखो अपना अपना full forms GCP का. मैं अपना बताती हूँ. गोलगप्पा चाट और पापड़ी. Yeah, some folks are typing. Type fast. Still typing. अरे GCP तो है 3 words. Come on, folks. Google Cloud Platform. Yeah, correct. So grab a coffee mug, switch on your focus mode, and let's get started. Nasida, the stage is all yours.
Hel- Hello folks, hope सब सैटरडे एंजॉय करके आए हैं आज का सेशन ज्वाइन करने के लिए। स्क्रीन शेयर का ऑप्शन अभी भी नहीं आ रहा।
Ronit,
हाँ
can you stop sharing the
हाँ
screen?
नहीं
हाँ, आएगा.
yes
हाँ.
okay. होप सबको स्क्रीन दिख रहा है।
हाँ, दिख रहा है.
Okay, so to start off, we are in the week 4 of K8 Smashes by the Cloud Native Hoogly, and today we'll be discussing about the basics of cloud computing, specifically on GCP. So GCP, as many of you have answered correctly, it's a Google Cloud platform, and it offers a wide range of solutions. And one of the prime solutions from GCP is the cloud computing which it offers. So, a little about me. I am an IT analyst at Tata Consultancy Services. I am also the co-organizer of GDG Cloud Kolkata. Amongst many other things which I do, these are two are the primary ones. So, moving ahead. So, first of all, we'll be discussing I'll just give a brief overview of what is GCP. So we have heard of like cloud platforms and cloud services and cloud everywhere. So what do we understand by this term cloud or the cloud services? So these cloud services, they are like actual physical assets which are owned by some tech giants, and they just give it out for rent for us to use. So those assets can be, it is like a simple everyday machines like what we use for our mm, suppose a desktop or a laptop or something. The only difference lying the compute speed, the storage size, and the processors which they use. Similarly, Google also offers a cloud platform which consists of physical assets which have computers, hard disks, and along around these they build some virtual resources. So these virtual machines which run on these systems, these are the ones which are rented out, and based on our usage, our need, and however we scale them, we pay the rents to the cloud providers, and these VMs are contained across data centers all over the world. So you have like lot of data centers, mainly starting from the US. In each of the continents, you have a set of data servers. So US, you have in Europe, you have in Asia. Even India also has its own data center based out of Mumbai. So they based on the requirement in an area, the load in an area, they build these data centers. And then the public cloud vendor, it offers a suite of computing services, and it can be data managing, it can be web, video, then AI, machine learning, large models, many of the things which GCP offers. So starting off, narrowing it down to Google. So Google Cloud offers over 100 services, and these domains include AI, machine learning, compute, containers, data analytics, database, developer tools, integration services, management tool, media migration, networking, operation, security, and these are just like few of the items which like I can list it down here, but there are over 100 services. So here mainly we will be looking at the compute part of what GCP offers, and you can head over to this link cloud.google.com/products to understand and see what more it offers. So heading up, first I'll give you a short tour of GCP, like how actually GCP looks like. So so to head over to GCP, you just have to key in console.cloud.google.com. So once you land up on the page, you'll see the sign up page actually. So you will basically land on this particular page. So here you can have like a sign in option, and you'll have a go to console. You can have at the top right corner or in the center. So once you click on console, it will take you to console.cloud.google.com. And here, since I have already project created for me, so it is already selected one single project for me. And you can have multiple accounts listed. So I'll just switch into the account which I want to use for this particular demo. So I already have created one project by the name of Compute Engines. So for creating the project, you just have to come here, either like from the select a project, you can click on a new project. So once you click on a new project, you just have to give a project name. So I can just name it anything like Kate Smashes, something like this. In the location, you just give it as no organization if you are using for personal projects. Now next we click on create. So in this notification panel, you can see like it is creating a project, and after the project has been created, you'll get a notification that the project has been created. Now to select the created project, you just click on this one and you select your newly created project. So once you come here, you'll be able to see a project number and the project ID. So project ID is basically the name which we have given to the project, and project number is allocated by Google to identify uniquely what is your project. Next, we will head over to the billing section. So as these services are like built on a particular format, like based on like what we use and how we use it, so we have to link a billing account for using some of the services. Some of the services, they have a free tier after which they cost you something. Some of the services are like you can use it for free for a longer duration. And if you are creating a fresh account or you have not used cloud services before, so they'll give you a trial account with $300 worth credit for about I think so 60 or 90 days. So for that duration, you can okay, you
Hi,
can
hi
only
Nasirul.
go
Actually, I think your screen is stuck. Maybe I'm not sure though. It's just stuck on tour on
okay,
GCP. Okay, okay.
one sec. Screen one go live. Able to see?
Yes, now it's fine. It
Okay,
was
okay. I
all the
think
time.
so. I shared only one tab. Okay,
Oh,
no worries. I'll just walk
okay.
you through again. Hmm. So as I mentioned, like on landing, you will come here like cloud.google.com, and from here you sign in using your Google account. So after you sign in, you'll get an option of like go to console from here, or you can get an option here only for console. So once you click on the console, so it will take you to console.cloud.google.com, and once you are landed here, if you don't have any projects created, it will just say select project here. Since I already have some projects created, it is like selected for me by default whatever the first project is, which is present. So to create a new project, you just have to click on this new project button, then you give in a project name, If you have a billing account, it will give you an option to link the billing account. Like, but if you don't have any billing accounts for you, then you'll not get this drop down. And after select like creating the project name, you click on create, and you will be able to create one project here. So just now, like I created this K8 Smashers project, and then after like you have created your project, you come back here, and then you can select the project whichever you want to be on. So once you come back here, the first thing which we will be like talking about is the billing section. So billing section is an important part of the project, as most of the services here are costed they cost you some amount to run. So most of the services like App Engine, Cloud Run, these things, they are like having some free tier. So up to a certain limit, you will be it will be free of use, and if you cross that limit, you'll have to pay the costing according to your usage. So it is like pay per use kind of model. So if you heavily use the resources, you will be costed that much. If your use is light, you will be billed lightly. So from here, now what we have to do is like if you are landing for the first time, like when you open Cloud Console for the first time, you'll get an option to sign up for a trial account. So trial account will give you around $300 credit worth 90 days, I guess. So in that 90 days, you can use all that $300 to explore the services and try out different things, and like whatever GCP offers. And post that, you will need to have to link your credit card to like have a build thing. But there's also one more like very good thing which is present. So you can see like I have kind of $5 in my this particular billing account. So I'll just make help you understand how to create a budget. So normally what happens when we link a billing account, after linking a credit card, we don't want to get billed on some item. Suppose it may be like it costed me, like I ran a service and overnight it went viral, and in the morning I'm waking up to a 10K credit card bill. So just to avoid that, what we do, we create budgets. So these budgets are kind of notifications which we will get. So I'll just name it like free tire tire TIR, the budget alert. So this is the name of the budget. I'll make it maybe I can give a custom range also. I can give it quarterly, yearly, monthly. So I'll just make it monthly for this purpose. Now here I will mention like what all projects this particular billing account is. So here if I'm using this billing account on a single project, it will just give me that single project. If it is being used in multiple projects, it will list all the projects here. So I'll just select all the projects. I will select like all the services. So there are about like 1792 services which are present in across Google GCP today, and discount promotions, whatever. And after this, I'll specify amount. Like I already have $5 in my account. So what I'll do, I'll set a target amount of $3. So at $3, you can see it automatically set percentages like 50%, 90%, 100% of the budget. So 50% is $1.5, 2.7, 90% is like $2.7, and 100% is $3. And here I will just this is automatically checked email alerts to billing admins and users. So whoever is the billing admin, the automatically an email will be sent if this particular threshold crosses. Like if you cross the 50% budget, then it will send you a mail like 50% budget has been crossed, and if you want to take an action, you can come back and take an action. And after this, I click on finish. It will just create a budget for me, and you can see the budget is created, and you can see here how much I have spent. So it shows me just I've spent 1 cent as of now. Okay, so like this, we create budgets, and suppose if you're using a free tier account that is about $300, what you do, you set a budget on like suppose $200 or $250, and then after the $250, like once the 100% budget is reached, you can even trigger it to stop all the existing services. So here and along with this, you can add multiple thresholds. Like suppose I don't want it at 50%, I want it at 20% or 90%, 95% or something like that. So I can edit the existing ones, or I can add more thresholds for me to see. Now, after setting up the budget, we have this particular thing is done. Then we have our billing ready to be connected to our project. So now what I'll show you the different products which are available with GCP today. And if you come to this left hand navigation panel, you will be able to see lot of products which are listed. So these are basically grouped under their types. So if you see the first one is the generic ones, like you have the marketplace, APIs, marketplace, billing, API services, support, IAM, getting started, security, compliance, do it AI, Anthos, and Google Cloud setup. So these are, like, you can say, based on the generic settings for all the Google Cloud projects. You can do it from here. So the after billing, we usually go to the IAM section and admin section. So this is where you provide different accounts to, like, if you are collaborating like with 4 or 5 people together and making a project. So I create one project, and then suppose this is the principal, this particular ID has an access of owner role. Now suppose I want to give someone else an access. So I'll just give an access to my another email account. So after selecting here, you can see, just a minute. So you can see a pop-up came, which is suggesting me the like this particular account is detected. Now from here, I can assign different kind of roles. So I can assign an owner role. Owner will have a full access. I can give a browser role, like a person can only browse through the thing. I can give an editor access. So the editor access is kind of just view, create, and update most of the resources. So here, like if something is already enabled, the person can just go through and edit. Then we have a viewer access, and according to this this type, we have more things like access approval. So this is just a person who will be able to just approve the accesses. They will not be able to do anything else. So similar to that, we have, like, by product and service, we can just determine what access says we want to give. Suppose if I want a particular user to have only access to Cloud Run, then I can just give a Cloud Run developer, invoker, viewer, or admin access. Okay. So for current, I'll just give an editor access. I'll click on save. And after the policy update, you can see this particular new ID is added with the editor access. And if I show you, if I come back here, so after doing this thing, I'll be actually getting a mail here. So if you see here, just a minute. Actually, they'll send a mail to us, this particular person has added you in your project, and you can accept the invite. And after accepting the invite, you will be able to see the project in your project list. So let's just give it some time for it to come. So meanwhile, I'll just go through. Like this is how you give multiple people access to your single project if you're working on a single project. Now next, we'll move ahead. So along with this, this one is the generic settings. Then after this, you have the compute part. So compute part, you can see you have compute engine, Kubernetes engine, VM engine. This is the new section of the VMware engine. Then you have the workload manager, and you have the bash process manager. Then you have the distributed cloud, you have the serverless applications. So these are applications where you don't have to configure any server for your application. You can just write your code, you can push to these services, and they'll automatically spin up a VM and run your services there. But whereas for a compute engine, you have to actually allocate resources, how much you want. You have to go there, and you have to manually spin up your whatever backend service or front end service you are running over there. So today I'll be covering mostly about the compute engine, the cloud run, and the app engine. These three products from GCP, which mainly constitute to the compute part of the uh, product. So along with this, you have the storage, Firestore, Cloud Store, Net Volumes. You have different types of DBs, LRDB, Bigtable, Data Store, Firestore, SQL also is there. Then you have integration services, APG, Workflow. These are mainly used by corporates for integrating various different levels of products which they have and to have a seamless communication between those products. Then you have the networking section. This is to like create your firewalls, the network security layers, like where a particular IP should be accessible and all those. Then you have the operational. So here you have the logging, monitor, error reporting. So these will hook up to your existing resources and they will just monitor and send you notifications if something goes front or back. Then you have the CI/CD pipeline for the deployment, the build, and artifact registry, and even the source repository. So source repository is something like GitHub only, which is offered by Google, but this is chargeable. So it is preferred to use GitHub over this one if you're looking for a free tier. Then you have different kinds of tools to monitor your resources which are running. Then you have the analytics section. So analytics section is something like which have the PubSub, BigQuery, you have healthcare related services, then you have life science related services, Earth Engine, then you have the AI, the famous Gemini, Gemma, and all those things. They come under this platform. So you have the Vertex AI is the main product, and along with that you have the sub products which are Document AI, speech, table, translation, and all those things. And these combined together, you have it under Vertex AI as well. And along with this, we have some third party solutions also, which includes MongoDB, Redis, Splunk, Databricks, Neo4j, Elastic Cloud, and all those things. And for the Web3 enthusiasts, we even have the blockchain node engine. So these are widely speaking what all is offered from GCP as of today. So if we move ahead from this one, so if you want to follow along and deploy your own deploy code to your own Google Cloud platform, you can just scan this QR and head on to this particular repository. I have already created the applications which I want to deploy. So I'll just give a brief overview of what application I have created, and the deployment part I'll explain in detail. The application can be anything. It can be an API application, front end application, whichever thing you want to deploy. So I'll just leave this link in the chat, and if you want to head over there, you can just take it from there. I hope it opens correctly. Yes. So from the chat, you can take it up, and we can see how this proceeds. So the first thing which I'll be showing you is setting up a VM. So VM is basically the compute engine, and to open up a compute engine, spin up a compute engine. So what I'll do, I'll just spin it up on this particular new project which I created, K8 Smashes. And to create a compute engine, you can either come here, like on the menu, you can select compute engine, or you can just search for the product here. So if you click in here, you can, in the popular searches, you can already see compute engine being present. So you can just click on this compute engine, and once you land up here, the first thing which it will ask you is to enable the service. So there are two types, two ways how you can enable. So one is just clicking this enable, and if you scroll down, you will see related products also. Like usually with compute engine, these are the services which most of the people use. But we will be just sticking to the compute engine. So I'll just click on this enable. It will take some time, and you can see in the notifications once it is enabled, you'll get a notification that your particular compute engine is enabled. So let's just give it some time. And meanwhile, if you click on this thing, you can come to cloud overview and dashboard, and here you can see like your current info and kind of like summary of what is happening across this particular project. So you can see an estimated billing charges also based on like what services you are using. So it will just give you an estimate. You can see the API, how many API requests have come, gone, and all those things. You can see the project info, name, ID, number, and all those things, and what resources which are present which you can use. And for getting started, like if you want to explore some of the documents, you can just click on this particular section to get more info on how to get started on these various services. And you have some news also and documentation if you want to run something. And here you even have the error reporting part. So once you set up the error reporting, and this a particular error reporting section will show you if any errors pop up in your services. And see, once you have this, now it will show enabled service compute Google APIs.com. So now the compute engine is enabled for me. I will just head back to compute engine, and here I will get this particular screen. So as you can see, there are no compute engines like any VMs created for me now. I'll just click on create instance, and here you will get a wide variety of options to select what type of instance you want. So I'll just name the instance as create sample instance, and the region you can either have it at US Central. You can see these are low CO2 emission centers, or you can bring it back to our own Asia servers. So these mainly rely, you can say, the response time of a particular like if you are building a backend API, so the response time will depend how far the calling like application is from the API. So suppose if you are in like Japan area, or in the Singapore area, and you're trying to ping the US area, or suppose you are in China region and you are trying to ping in the US region, then you might see some delay. So these usually will not affect our smaller applications, but these are more crucial for the corporates who which use all these services, and where like even milliseconds count. So for the sake of easiness, you can either leave it at US Central one, or you can bring it to our Asia Pacific region. So in the Asia Pacific region, you can see Asia South, we have even Mumbai. Now Delhi is also an option. And otherwise you can have Asia East 1 Taiwan, or Asia East 2 Hong Kong. So prior to Delhi and Mumbai, the Hong Kong was the go-to solution because this is the nearest one to India. So maybe I'll just pick Mumbai for now. And here you can see a zone also, like which zone you want: zone A, zone B, zone C. This one you can set have it whichever you want, you can have it. There's no issue as such selecting for the zone. Now here you can see there are like predefined some settings present here. You can have a general purpose, you can have compute optimized, you can have memory optimized, storage optimized, or GPUs. So GPUs are the costliest resource, and general purpose means just you can see 2 CPU with 4 GB memory. And this is the monthly estimate. It will also show you how much it will cost you a month for maintaining this particular VM. So what we will do, we will try to reduce this cost as much as possible. So from general this one, I can move to either compute optimized. You can see these are like ultra high performance CPUs. You have almost memory of 16 to 240 GBs, and you have 40 to 60 CPUs per VM. You will have, you can see memory optimized here. You can see there are 208 CPUs, and you have 3240. These are the minimum, and you can see the costing is also skyrocketing like that. So to maintain this particular thing, you have a 5 TB of memory, and it will cost you around $42,000 just to maintain this. Then you have the GPU section. So here you can select what type of GPU you want and how many number of GPUs you want. So these are most more better for if you are running for some any LLMs or some machine learning models. So the GPUs work more better. So we'll just move on to the general purpose one. The lowest one, if you see, is the E2 one. So inside E2, instead of E2 medium, we'll have the E2 micro instance. So so E2 micro is around, like, it will have 1 GB of memory and 0.25 to two CPU, and one is the shared core. So here what happens, this is the minimum possible VM setup which you can use, and you can see it will cost you around $8 to maintain this particular. This is just an estimate. Okay, so based on how much you use it or how much time is it up and running, that much will be your cost per month. So we'll have just the standard provisioning. We will like, if you want to have some display device where we don't want to enable that, then you have here the boot up thing, like what kind of image you want and all those things. So here, like, we have the Debian. If you want to change it to like Ubuntu or something, you can just select here whatever you want. So as of now, we have the Debian based Linux 10, 11, 12, and so on. And if you want to select a different, you have a lot of options here. You have Windows Server, you have Fedora, you have Red Hat, and all those things. And along with that, you have the different versions. So I'll just leave it to default as of now for the Linux 12 bookworm. And after this, if we want to like allow HTTPS traffic to our particular VM, allowing like HTTP traffic, load balancer, health checks, we can just tick all these, and we can click on create. Okay, there's some mistake. Just let me see. Go to issues. Okay. This one. Okay. Terminate VM install requires what? Okay. This one usually we keep it at migrate VM instance. The compute engine performs this infrastructure maintenance. It can migrate your VM to other hardware without downtime. So this what will happen? Suppose if your server for some reason the physical device needs to be replaced or something, it will just migrate my VM to some other physical device without having any downtime for me. And if we go for like terminate VM instance, what will happen if that particular physical device needs something? Then they'll shut down my VM, and once that device is up, then my VM will be up again. So normally for E2 instances, we migrate VM instance is the recommended option, and that is the only option which I suppose we can use. So once you click on create, it will just move on to create the VM for you. And similar to this, once your VM is created, you'll get a notification that your VM instance is already created. So while this particular instance gets up, I'll just show you the basic steps which we have covered. So we head over to the console. We selected a project. We actually created a new one. We created we linked a billing account. We searched for the VM, and we have set the VM. Now this is like a remote computer for you which you can use. And while this sets up, what we will do, we will head over to the second part. So for the app engine, so similar to this compute engine, we will search for app engine. Okay, I think so it is completed. Yes, it is completed. So once this is completed, you can see here you have an option to connect. You just click on this SSH, a new tab will open up, and this will be your like a view to that particular VM. So once the connection is done, you will be able to see a command line terminal as we are running Debian. So you'll get a command line terminal showing you from there you can access your VM and run your things over there. So let it just start up. We have to authorize the SSH, and once you click on authorize, it will be authorized, and you have this terminal up. Now this is our you can see it by the name create sample instance. This is the VM which we created, and now this will be like a single like your own personal Linux terminal how you use. This will show up here. So here what you have to do, like suppose you want to use Git here. So if I type in Git, you can see Git command not found. So these applications you have to manually install it here. But there are some applications like Python. I think so. Python 3 is installed here. Yes, so Python 3 is present here, and since this is a Debian based image, then you have Python and few other related applications installed. But Git and other applications, like if you want to use Atom or Sublime or something like that, you have to install those applications here before you are able before you can use them. Okay. So similar to this, now you can spin up your application or like whatever back end or the front end things you have, and once it spins up, it runs here. You can just click on close. This will just close the interface, but your VM is still running, and you can see there's an internal IP and there is an external IP to this one. So we'll just click on this external IP. You can see there's a like open in a new tab arrow. We'll just copy this, copy link address. We will just open. Since nothing is running here, you will just get a this kind of blank screen where it says connection refused, because that VM is up, but we are not running anything inside it. So if you have something running inside it, then you will be able to come to this IP, and this will be your access to that particular VM or whatever application is running inside it. And if you want to change some configurations or something, you can just click on this particular name which is present here, and you can see all the logs and everything which is there. You can see the firewall and all the boot disk, like how what is the architecture, what is the image, what is the name, the default subrouting and all those things you can see. Network premium is there, network tier is there, your firewall settings are there. If you want additional network settings, you can just put in here. You can see other details. You can have OS info, like what OS is running and all those things. I think so. It's not enabled. We have to enable this VM manager to view more details. So this is kind of a additional project with product which comes along with it. And with this, you can also see how much CPU is utilized, memory, disk, all those things, how it is utilized, and what are the logs. So you can see here we just have the default logs as of now. So we don't have anything we just created the VM, so we just have these logs. And you can see the new connection with VM externals and Google. You can see here we tried to connect to it, and you can see one network traffic is also shown here. So we tried to connect to that VM, but we were not able to because there's nothing running inside it. But in the logs, you can see there was a request made to the VM, and the VM didn't return anything as such. So it just returned 181 bytes of data, which just mentioned like there is normally what you get 404 kind of thing and all those. And you can even see the disk throughput. Like we logged on to the VM and we did some activities. Like I searched for Git, I typed in Python and all those things. So it shows some disk throughput also. So like this, you can also monitor like how much usage is there, whatever is going on, and similarly what to do with this thing. So this was the simple how to set up a compute engine basics and how we can work around with it. Now we will move to the next part, that is the app engine. So app engine, these app engine and compute engine, I will actually show you two applications and how much easy it is to deploy to these particular applications. So now I'll just I'll search for app engine. I will search to app engine and I'll head over to there. But in the same thing, you can just come to this product list over here. And from this product list, you can just scroll down, come to the serverless section, and you have the app engine and the cloud run. Suppose if you are frequently using app engine, you can just pin it also. So if you pin it, you will get it in the first menu over here also. Suppose if I'm not using Google Maps, I'll just unpin it. Maybe security, SQL, these things I don't need. I can just unpin and I can pin the resources which I use frequently. Now heading to app engine, it will show welcome to app engine. So there are two ways of creating an app engine. Either we can do it with the CLI, or we can do it with this GUI which you have here. So I'll just click on create app engine. So here again, I will get an option like which particular region I want to do it for. So I'll just give it Asia South 1 maybe. You can see Asia South 1 is in Mumbai, I guess. Yes, it's in Mumbai. So you don't have all regions for all the products. Some of the products, like for the compute engine, you saw we had Asia South 2 also. That is the Delhi region. But for the this one app engine, we have only Asia South 1. Now we have to select a service account. So service account is basically like a Google created account which will monitor mail you, like suppose we go for logs, metrics and all those things. So these service accounts are the default bots, you can say software bots, which monitor through, run through the task, does all your work. So like we provided access in the Google IAM to a particular email ID. So similar to this particular service account will have access to only this app engine like product. So in fact, even for the this thing compute engine, we can also have service accounts. For cloud run also we'll have service account. So all the products they'll have some service account. So here we can go either two way. We can just select the app engine default service account, and you can see here, since I created the compute engine, you can see already compute engine default service account is created. Okay, so I can just select App Engine default service account. Then it will just create me a default service account for the App Engine. I can just click on next, and then it will start provisioning me the App Engine. So App Engine, the first thing it comes up is the default. Under the name of default, it will set me up one particular uh, thing. And there is one more way, like suppose if I want to push applications directly from my local without having to head over to Google Cloud Console, and then coming to App Engine, pulling and all those things. There's a application called G Cloud CLI. So G Cloud CLI, you can just head over here based on your environment. You can download and install the CLI. So for me, I have already installed the CLI. So it's actually an application. Now you can head over to the CMD window, and after installing, you can just click on G Cloud, or like actually this I gave a wrong command. You can just type in G Cloud, and you will be able to see that once it is integrated, you will be able to see all the like offerings from the G Cloud. So this actually helps you. You can see this particular error has come up, means G Cloud is a detected name, and you can say available command groups also for your G Cloud. So once you have set up your G Cloud, it's very simple. Like once you install the G Cloud, it will open up a terminal for itself, and there it will tell you to authenticate yourself. So once you click on authenticate, it will take you to browser, and you just have to log in with your Gmail ID where you have this GCP service enabled. And once you have that service enabled, you can just come back here and use this gcloud init. So gcloud init will set up your initial things. I've actually done it. Still, I'll run it once more. So running gcloud init, you can see it will just show me. You can see there's a configuration already created for me. So if I want to create a new configuration or reinitialize the default configuration that I have created before, so I'll not overwrite anything as of now. So once you have completed the installation, you can just give gcloud auth list. So auth is the authentication section. So if you give gcloud auth list, you will be able to see what accounts you are logged into. So here you can see I'm logged in, and my active account is the second account. And you can use this particular command gcloud config set account to a different account if you want to set it in your local. So now what I'll do, I have this particular project ready with me. So in this app engine section, what I have done, it is a basic simple Angular project. I just use ng new to create one simple Angular project, and if I run it in my local, Mm, CD app engine. Yeah, run. You have this ng sub. It is firing up. Localhost 4200. Okay, let me see. Yes, I have the node modules. So once this comes up, we'll be able to see this particular application running in our local. So what we will try to do is we have to like host this particular application on the app engine which we recently created. So now coming here, we have to like set our project account. Now you can see like inside this particular application. Once you have this one, you have to create one extra file by the name of app.yaml. So this particular YAML file is responsible for the app engine to explain what to run, how to run, and from where to pick everything. So once you click create this file app.yaml, these are the entries which you have to provide. So starting off first, we have to provide a runtime. So runtime is like what will be like for this one, the compute engine, we were using the Debian based OS. So this one just gives us like different options here for running different kind of services which are specific to some. Suppose if I want a Java environment, so I can give it as Java and then the version number. So here for Angular applications or any front end kind of applications or static hosting, like I'm not hosting this whole application where I'll go in there and run ng app. So here I will just host whatever is there in my build. So once you do a build, you will get static HTML, CSS, JS files. So those will be the files which I'll be hosting. So I can just use a simple Python environment, and I'll use a standard environment. Then service is the name of the service which I want to use. So if you are hosting it for the very first time, so if you see here, like this is the first time I'm hosting it. So for the very first time, you have to give it as default. Okay, then we have to give the instance class f2 is okay. Then we give handlers meaning like when you land on this particular url, like the app engine url slash, then what should be served to it. So here I'll be serving the index.html, and for that I have to upload this particular file to the app engine. And similarly, if I'm doing slash anything else, this is kind of a regex thing where we mention like all the files in the this particular folder, you just upload it, and those will be available for slash any of the routes which are present. And if it is like dot star, and you can just mention as script auto, and this thing will help you like set up your app engine environment. So once done with this, you can see this is the particular application which just spun up here. So I'll just go ahead, I'll make some changes in the index.html. Maybe app engine, I'll change it to create smashers. Okay, and then I'll head over to app.html. So instead of hello Angular, hello, your application is running. Okay, what is this name? Hello app engine. I'll just search for it here. It will be in that file. This is the title. Create smashers event. So I'll just change the title. You can see it has reflected here. The title bar has changed and this one has changed. Now what I'll do, I'll host this particular thing in this app engine. So I'll move ahead. So now to run this thing, we'll just have to head over to our folder. Sorry. So once we are inside the folder where this app.yaml is directly present, here we are present. Okay. So the next thing we have to do is we have to select our project. Config. Okay, to add one more thing here. So Google Cloud in itself also provides a shell. So this shell is like across the whole GCP application, this is a common shell which you can use. The compute engine, the shell which I showed you, that is specific to your just compute engine. But this is kind of available across the whole GCP environment which you want to use, and from here you can even like clone and deploy things there. So suppose if you are in an environment where you cannot install different applications and things like that in your local machines, you can head over to the shell, and in the shell you can perform all the functionalities, and even you have an inbuilt editor along with this. So this works similar to the like the VS Code which we have, and in the VS Code how we have those folders, Git and all those things. Similar to that, we have this particular online editor also along with the GCP product. Okay. Mhm. So see, this particular editor opened up. Now here you have like an option. If you click on open folder, it will just open a folder for you from here, or you can like even clone a repository. So if like I have that particular repository there, so I'll just clone it up. Just a minute. So this one I just opened the Google folder which was already present there. So here only I'll just clone one repository. So for cloning you can just click here, or you can press this thing. You either you can clone it from terminal. You click on open terminal. You do git clone and then the path. Then it will just clone it at the particular path which we are in, or you can come here and clone it. And one more thing what you can do is you can pop this out in a separate tab as well. Like instead of having it under the same thing, if you pop it out, you'll just have the terminal and the editor in this particular window. So this particular like thing is free of cost. This Cloud Shell editor is free of cost and is available for as long as you use it, and it has persistent disk. Like suppose if you download something or create something in this particular terminal, files, folders, anything, those will be persistent. So next time when you like close the shell and you open it again, you will have those particular applications or whatever like you have cloned, and those things will be present here. And you can see here there is already a command present here, git config set project. So suppose I am on this particular k8 smashes project and I want to change my project to something else. So I can just like when you select this particular thing, it will automatically copy it. So here I will just change my project to the other one which was present. So that one was Google Compute, or maybe like I named it Compute Engine, I guess. Hmm. So here it will just ask you for authorizations. So once you authorize the thing, you will see. Okay, I think so. Yes, the compute engine. Sure, you want to see. It will tell you even like if you have access or not and all those things. It will just show you. So I'll just click yes for now. You can see like I have now changed the project here. So from K8 Smashes, I'm on this compute engine project. So similarly, I'll do it here also. Engine. So the same command what we put in there in the Cloud Shell, we can use the same command in our local after we install the G Cloud CLI, and you can see the same kind of things also pop up here. So now my project is set to this particular thing, this compute engine one. So what I'll do, I'll just head back to the K8 Smashes one. Say GRS. So like this, if you have multiple projects, you can just change your project ID, the project based on the project ID. And to get the project ID, you can just head over to this Cloud Console. So here you can see this is your particular project ID. You can just copy it from here. So for me, I was on this K8 Smashes on a different account. So I'll just open that particular account. And here you can see, you can just click on copy button here. It will copy to clipboard, or you can just select and copy also. So now I'm on this K8 Smashes project, and I had this app engine like setup. I'll just close it here. So once this is there, now you can see I have mentioned my service name to default. So the very first time, like the first application you're deploying to App Engine, you have to deploy it to default. So the command for deployment is as simple as gcloud app deploy. Just this much. So once you give this command, it will start the process of deploying your application. I think so it will throw an error now because we haven't done the build. So just a minute. I'll do the build first. So this one would have thrown an error for the build because you can see it will try to locate this particular folder which doesn't exist as of now. Until unless I do a build, that particular dist folder will not come up. So first we will do the build, and suppose if you want to like deploy it from other, like you don't have an Angular application, you just have a simple HTML, CSS, JS, then you can just give paths to those particular applications here, and it will just put up the static hosting here. Now you can see after the build has completed, this particular dist folder came up, dist app engine and browser. So this particular folder, these files are the ones which I want to deploy it here. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and clear this. The cloud app deploy. So once I give this command gcloud app deploy, you can see it has selected all the different informations it is showing me. So the descriptor, you can see it has already taken up the app.yaml, that is this particular file it will use for like the description of the app engine. Then you can see the source. Source is this particular folder where this app.yaml is present. The target project, you can see the target service is default. You can see as we have named the service as default, the default service. Target version, this will automatically be generated. And then you have the target URL. So this target URL is the one which will be created. And you can see the target service account also. The K8 Smashes AppSword GS service account. So I'll just click on yes. So once all this is okay for me, I'll just click on yes. You can see it is uploading few files to the gcloud storage, and this particular after this particular upload, it will start the application where it will fire up the app engine and then set up all the necessary things which you want to show up there. So here, like after this particular process is completed, you will be able to see your app engine here on the dashboard. So let's just give it some time to complete. So it will take a couple of minutes to complete this process. So in the meantime, what we will do is we will enable the cloud run for us. So similar to the previous two, you just search for cloud run. You go to the cloud run, and once you have this thing, I think so it is all, I have already enabled this cloud run for this one. Okay, cloud run was actually, cloud run is one of the primary solutions which are offered, so it is automatically enabled, and this is bill as you pay. So here either what we can do is like we can create a service on our own. So here I'll just container image, I'll just select temporary image for now. So this container image is like what will run on that cloud run service over here. So I'll just select some demo container like the hello world container. I'll just select that. Service name, I'll give it as suppose K8, and then smashes. Again, I get an option to choose the region, and here you can see I have Asia South 1, South 2 both. So here I'll just put it to South 2, allow unauthenticated invocators. This is like if I'm creating a public API, like a particular application, my API needs to be like accessed. So I can allow unauthenticated invocators also. Like if I run from Postman or something, then those APIs will be accessible. Now, if I want to have some authorization, like those who I mentioned in this Cloud IAM, they only will be able to access those APIs. Then I can use require authentication. So for as of now, I'll just keep it as unauthenticated. Then here is also a crucial choice. So CPU is allocated only while processing the request. So this is like whenever a request comes in and you have to process it, then only CPU is allocated. And the second option is like you are permanently given one particular CPU. So this second option reduces your response time, but this will cost you because you are using a continuous CPU. And here you can see like first like 1,80,000 vCPU seconds per month is free, and this many gigabytes per second per month is free, and 2 million requests per month you can do it. So if you are making a very simple demo applications, or you want to run for yourself, or like small things, then Cloud Run is a go to solution for you. Now here you can select internal or all. Internal is like it will be some restricted access, and all will be where you can allow any service from the internet to access your application. So I just named the application, I just kept it as default, and here I selected on a, unauthenticated invocations, and the container image as of now I've selected it as hello world. So I'll just go ahead, click on create. It will create me the Cloud Run application by the name of K8 Smashes. Let us see here. Now you can see this particular deployment has completed. And after this, you will be able to see this particular URL. So I'll just click on open, and let's hope we have. Now you can see the URL. We are having this K8 Smashes. We are able to see this particular Angular application. Now what I'll do, I'll just go ahead. I'll maybe change some components. K8 Smashes GCP event. Now after I set this up, I'll just go ahead. I'll do npm run build because it needs the build files. And after the build is completed, I'll just have to do an gcloud app deploy. So after doing gcloud app deploy, it will again like go up, spin up my like reset my app engine, and then deploy the project again with the latest updates which I have given. Now suppose if I want to move away from default, so I'll just go ahead back to this app engine. I'll just refresh this page. Now you will be able to see that default particular service present here in your dashboard. In the services, you can see the default is created now, and you can see it has one version. And suppose if you want to have some, if you have put some console logs and those kind of things, so you can just click on this default name to access the URL. And for checking the logs, you have to click on this logs, and you will be able, taken to this logging section of the application. So I think so you might have to enable this logging services. No, you need not enable it. So here only you can directly see the logs, whatever, if any present in your application. So if you are building some API application and you have some logs and those kind of things, it will come up here, like console logs normally, which we do. Otherwise you can see all the requested resources which is there. Now when I just refresh this particular application, you will be able to see the logs will increase. So for that we will just refresh the logs, or can, and here also what you can do, you can just click on this particular thing, this one, to refresh the logs, and you can see how many calls are made and what time we have made the call. So these kind of informations are also available in the logs, and you can query on these logs to, like, suppose if you have like a 1 month 2 month log, you can create queries to get those logs information and everything. So as you can see, this Cloud Run is also created. I'll just go ahead, I'll close this one. I'll close this shell. We don't need it anymore. And this one will come back to it. I'll just minimize it for now. This one also we don't need it. Now you can see the build has completed. I'll just go ahead. I'll do the same thing. Gcloud app deploy. So this one will again go ahead and do the deployment for me in the default one only. So I'll just click Y and enter, and it will do me the deployment. And after this is done, you will be able to see the latest changes which we have made. So the next thing what we will be doing, like you have the steps mentioned here with the basic configurations, and even in that GitHub link which I have provided, the repo, you will be like having all the code which I have written, like this complete code with detailing how to use them. You'll find it there. So this one was the like just ABC of how to deploy to App Engine, and it is as simple as 1, 2, 3. Next, we will see like Cloud Run. Sorry, just a minute. So for the Cloud Run, it is more simpler than App Engine. So for Cloud Run, what I have done, I have just created one simple API. Okay, this is written in Flask. You can just write anything, whatever you want. The next thing is like you can see there is no app.yaml file here. That is because we don't need app YAML for publishing to Cloud Run. And Cloud Run usually we deploy API kind of stuffs to there, as front end is not so much favorable for it. Like static files work good with this thing, Cloud Run. So this one app engine completed. We'll just come back here and you just, I think so it cached the thing. And just do an empty cache hard reload. Now you can see I'm seeing here two versions. So two version meaning like this one was the first one which I created and this one was the second one. And to confirm the version number, you can see here the target version like 2 triple 0 6 5 5. So 2 triple 0 6 5 5 is currently being served. Wait, I'll do one thing. I'll open it up in no course. Okay, did I save the changes? Let me just check once. Yes, I had saved. Oh, okay, I got the issue actually. The caching is enabled on this app engine. Sorry, this Angular code, so it had cached the thing. Okay, we'll come back to this one. Like let it serve and get completed. Meanwhile, we'll come back to this one. So okay, now we will be heading to this thing, the Cloud Run. So deploying to Cloud Run is here I've just created main.py and requirements.txt. So requirements.txt is like for installing whatever requirements I have. And then here we have like a simple Flask server with a get request. And when we post a get request, we'll just give this message hello from Cloud Run. Okay, so for running this particular like deploying this application, what we will do is we will head to the particular folder, the Cloud Run folder. Then the command for this is gcloud run deploy. And then here we have to like have more options which will pop up. So you can see the first one is like deploying from a source. The source you can see this is the Cloud Run. So as you can see, we gave a simple hello world image when we were creating this cloud run resource here. This particular resource when we created, we gave a this hello world image, and you can see the image URL is also present, the hello world. So now what we are doing, we are changing the source to this particular main.py. So here we will just select enter. Next we will give the service name. So service name, you can see the cloud run is the default one, but since we have already created it, we will be just using this k8 smashes, this particular service name. So after this, we will get the option to select the region. So you can see here, these are giving like suggestions for the shorthand operation also. So suppose if I want the deployment to be via source, then I can just give double hyphen source dot. So dot is the directory. It will deploy the current directory. Double hyphen source means you take this as source. Now here I'm getting an option. So here I'll just you can see Asia we have only east one. No, we have south one, south two. So I'll just select south one. So south one, you can see there is a number associated with each of the regions. So for selecting south one, we have to give in 7. We key in center. Now you can see we can make this one default also. Gcloud set config set region to Asia South one. Now you can see the default repository, like one repository will be named cloud run source deploy in the region will be created. So this is kind of giving asking me for a confirmation. I'll click on Y, like I'll type in Y and create it. Now this command is equivalent for this one. Now it has like asking me for unauthenticated invocations. So this one will also I give it as Y. We had already selected here, and it is just asking me for a confirmation. Let's check for this one. I think so. I didn't save it here. Oh, okay. Here you can see the changed URL. K8 smashes GCP event. The whatever change we did and build and deploy, it is starting to reflect now. And if you want to see the older one, you can give the version number to see the older one also. So if I give a particular version number, I can see that particular older version also which is deployed. And to see the latest one, I can just give the basic one where we can see. So this one was like all about App Engine. So I'll just close this one for now, and I can keep this up and running as much long duration I want, because this is pay per use kind of model. So if no one is hitting my API, I will not be billed. And if I have a large volume of network, I'll get like a lot of based on the tier and how much services I used, I will be like billed accordingly. So for now, suppose if you are done with the stuffs and you don't need anymore, you just click on come here, and you can edit also. You can edit even the engrave settings also, like internal traffic, allow all traffic. Like suppose after like everything, you just want internal traffic after this. So you can just click on allow internal traffic and save it. So that public thing will go away, and you'll be like back to the normal one. So here, let us see what has happened. So this one is still deploying. So we'll just give it time. You can see like there are different steps associated. So first the container repository was created. Because this is the first deployment, it is taking time. In the subsequent deployments, it will be comparatively faster, and I can do it at a more speed. So meanwhile this gets deployed, what we will do, I'll just add one more section to this one. So till now we are doing a get call. I will add one more post call also here. Okay, if you see this smart kind of intelligence which I am getting, so this is actually the credit of Duet AI. So in the GCP product, I would have shown you in the beginning the Duet AI section. Like in the general section, we had this Duet AI. So Duet AI is a product which is offered from Google, and this Duet AI you can enable by just you can click on this one, and you can just enable Duet AI. So Duet AI is like your coding assistant. It will give you auto completion, it will give you suggestions, it will give you commands and everything. Suppose I want to know how to deploy to Cloud Run. I'll just give a simple query here, and it will give me a response indicating whatever I need. And here you can see step by step guide and guide on how to work on this one. So this particular application I can integrate it with my VS Code in my local, and you can see here I'm having this Duet AI at the below. So to have this Duet AI, you just have to head over to extensions and you have to install Google Code, Cloud Code. So once you install Google Cloud Code, you will have connection to your GCP, the Cloud Console from your local, and you will have access to Duet AI as well. So here you can see now we have this once we complete this cloud run, we can just come here. I think so this is a different account I'm using. Okay, Kate Smashes. You can see Kate Smashes is here. I'll just click on Kate Smashes. Once this project is selected, I'll be able to see the different things here. So you can see since you remember we had created this compute engine previously on this Kate Smashes account. So this compute engine also you can see it is present over here, and you can see Kate Smashes we had created in two different region. I think so from the this particular browser I had created in Asia South 1, and from the CLI I created in Asia South 2. That's why I can see two instances of this particular uh, Cloud Run. And that VM also I can see here. So I can click here to directly open SHS from here. Okay, now this particular application is deployed. My Flask API which I have written, it is already deployed, and you can see it has given me the service URL. So I'll just go ahead, I'll open the service URL and I'll give my API route. So that is /hello. Now you can see I'm getting a response from the server. Message hello from Cloud Run. That is this particular message what we wrote. So now we'll go ahead, we'll modify it a little bit to include the post response. Sorry for that. Equal request dot methods thods equals post. What you do is you print got call from post. Next we will print request dot form, and you can see I'm getting an IntelliSense request return make response okay 200. So if you want to return a okay 200 response, you'll just use this make a response function available from Flask to just return it okay 200. So this one I'll just save it. So after saving, now since you might have seen like we got many options there. So I'll just go ahead. I will set this particular region to Asia South 1 default. We'll be using the South 1 region. And to shorten the command, like all those options which came in, so we'll give gcloud run deploy, and we'll give the flags. So the first flag is the source flag, that is dot, and then we will give the service account name, that is the K8 smashes. So I'll just confirm the service account name once. So it is K8 hyphen smashes. So I'll just given this command. So now I don't have to given an option for the source and the service name. So and prior to this running this command, I had set the default location as Asia South 1. So you can see directly it started building. It didn't ask me for those information second time. And this time you can see it is like building comparatively faster, because I just have this one file to upload, just the changes it will upload, and you can see the uploading part has been done like in a flash. So while this gets up, I'll just open up my Postman. So Postman is an application for like hitting the APIs, whatever you create either in localhost or in server or wherever you have it, and to get the relevant responses. So it has a wide variety of applications, and it is a free to use one. So if you are building APIs and things, I would say Postman is a must have solution, must have application for you. So while Postman sets up, I will just head over to this. Okay. So here you can see like there was a one call which I made here. So if you go to this logs, in the logs section, you will be able to see this I made a console log here, like a print here, get call received. Before supplying this new code, I had made this one. So here you can see those logs which are running, and I think so it will be a different service because this is running on Asia South 2. I'll just refresh this. I think so we keyed in Asia South 2 only. We'll just refresh and check if there are multiple see, we have two applications, actually we created two, and you can see last deployment time also. This one was 6 minutes ago. So Asia South 1 is the region which we are using. So we'll just come up here. We will come to logs, and similar to the we compute engine, how I showed you, you had the different metrics which are shown here. So similar to that, those metrics will also be available here, and in the logs, whatever you do, print, console log, all those kind of things, this you will be able to see it up here. Now you can see there was a call made at 8:18, and this was logged. You can see we had a get call. Now after this application gets deployed, we will make a get call and we will make a post call also. So while that gets set up, I will just get my this application set up. So this is a post call I will do. I will provide some body in form of form data. So message hello from Postman, how are you? Okay, let's see. Okay, now you can see this particular application is set up now. And the logs you can see, this is the last log which we received. That is get call received. And after the scan, you will be seeing this particular deployment which currently happened. You can see logs for that one. So you can see who did it. It is showing me the email ID who made the redeployment and all. And you can see the probe and all those things which have restarted my application. So now I'll go ahead, I'll make a post call. So you can see I'm getting a server error. So now you can see I got a server error. So there is some error which is there happening on my server. So I'll just now I want to know what error has happened. So what you can do, you can scroll a little bit up and then go down, and you will be able to see all the error logs as well. So here you can see if request.method, it is showing me this particular line, there is some error. Did you mean method? Okay, I made a spelling mistake. So now instead of this methods, it should be method. So I'll just go ahead, I'll change this code. Now I have corrected my code. I will just save the code. I will just do the deployment again, and it will deploy me the fresh code. So here you can see like a simple one error which we made. So now if it had been a compute engine, then what you have to do is like you will be committing this code to your GitHub repository. Then you have to go spin up your go to the SSH console of your compute engine, and then from there again you have to take a git pull, stop the server, restart the server again there. Then only you will be able to bring it back up. and those servers you have to maintain the configurations for yourself. But with app engine and cloud run, you can see we don't have to do anything like that. We just made the corrections in our code, and we just gave the command gcloud app run deploy, gcloud run deploy, and with the necessary flags, and you can see now it has started building and deploying my particular code here. You can see here worker exiting, shutting down master, worker exiting. So this one is like it is shutting down the current service which is running, and after that it will create the new revision, and then it will upload those particular new code which I have changed. So after this is up and running, that particular error should go and I should get a message here. So this particular thing helps for faster build and deploy, and you don't have to worry about the server side configuration or the infrastructure which we are using. You don't have to worry about it. And moreover, these are like pay per use kind of products from Google. And for cloud run you have a certain limit for free tier limit also. You can use this. If you use it judicially, you will be able to utilize this cloud run or for free for lifetime. You don't have to pay. And suppose if you have heavy duty work and you want to separate it out, you can have multiple cloud runs deployed across multiple accounts, which will give you free tier accounts across all. And those multiple APIs, you can configure it in your application. Maybe auth, you can put it in one account. Maybe storing to database, you can put it on some other account, and like that, you can spread it across various Google accounts, which will help you always to have a free tier application, and you can use it as much as you want. So we'll just wait for a couple of minutes to complete this. The uploading has been done, the container build is done. Now it is just creating the revision, that is the revision name, and then it will route the traffic to our new particular instance what it has spin up. Now you can see cloud run replace service. So this particular new application got the this thing, this container build. So it got the new service method and all those things, request, authentication info, authorization info, these all things it received. Now you can see this particular thing is completed, and this is done. Now we'll hit up the request again. Now you can see I'm getting an okay 200 response. Okay, and if you come back here, I'll just scan. You can see here, got a post call, got call from post, and you can see message, hello from postman, how are you? So this particular message, whatever we are doing, we are at the Gates Smashes event. Just send a new request and just refresh the logs, and we'll again be able to see the new message which we sent. See, hello from postman, we are the K8 Smashes event. Okay. So this is how easy it is to use these three applications which are provided by Google Cloud. And for App Engine and Cloud Run, it is more easy and more faster to build and deploy. And you don't have to worry about the infrastructure for doing anything. So coming to this point, most of the things I have already completed and gone through. So if you have any queries, the chat window is open, or if you are allowed to speak, you can unmute yourself and ask any questions or queries, whichever you have. Any queries, questions from anyone? If not, then I will move ahead. So to connect with me, you can just scan this QR. I will in fact paste this URL also in the chat window. So you can just hit me up across any social media for any queries which you have or any help you need regarding these things. And I am also a co-organizer for GTG Cloud Kolkata. So we have host monthly events for our own community where like we teach these kind of things and we discuss over the various products and offerings across GTG Cloud. So for different kind of like products and more detailed learnings, you can always head over to our event, and to have the tickets and all, you can just head over to this link. So this one, from here you can follow us on our social media and everything, and you'll get the notifications for the next upcoming event from GDG Cloud Call.
Thank you so much, Nasirul Bhaiya. Actually, the session was awesome and like people really found it helpful. And also talking about GDG Cloud Kolkata, already it's very popular amongst us. People flaunt their swags. They go to the event, they share their experience, and it's fantabulous. So, and also talking about this particular session, it was really great. And I also, being a cloud engineer, I also learned few things like suppose the app running thing, I was
Hmm.
not aware of that. Okay, so I'm really flattered to have you over here, and the audience is also blessed to have you as a speaker. Thank you so much, Nasrul Bhaiya.
Thank you all for being a lovely audience.
Kiran, over to you.
So I guess you all have picked up some basic concepts about cloud computing and GCP. So अब क्या करें? Quiz करते हैं. चलो. So Nimesh, please put the link in the chat, and folks start joining. It's
Share the
time
screen.
for a quiz, Riz. Yeah, please share the screen. It's being shared.
You can also share. Is it visible, guys?
Yeah, it's visible.
All right. Great. You can actually scan this QR code and join the Slido session as well. Okay, and we will get
Or
started
else you
in.
can get the link in the chat. क्लाउड रन तो बहुत कर लिया, ब्रेन रन भी कर लो गाइस.
From my dear audience, how's the session like? What did you what was the specific thing you learned from here, and how you will actually implement those in your real world projects? I'm really curious to know. And if not now, please share your learnings and tag us, Cloud Native Hugli, tag our beloved speaker Nasirul Bhaiya, GDG Cloud Call, everyone, and post your learnings so that we get to know how we could change your life and how we could actually add value to your technical knowledge.
And
So
be eligible for a swag kit from us as well in our offline event. That's the
yeah.
most important point.
Thanks for noting it down, Kiran. Actually, that's very important for folks like us who are into tech and who doesn't love goodies. So yeah, please do so. How many folks have joined the quiz? Can you check?
Yes, the names will be showed up.
Okay. I can see the comments, but not the quiz yet. But like I can't see the names.
Play that. Play that.
Should I activate the
Yeah,
quiz?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
We have two Nimesh here.
This is
Nice.
Sas.
We can see some people joining.
Man, hold on.
नहीं, मेरे नाम से क्यों
Nice.
आ रहे हो?
I thought this was you, Rohit.
Where is Omi? Can't find her.
आज event
प्लीज
में भी नहीं.
अपने रियल आईडी से आओ फोक्स, वरना स्वैक्स नहीं मिलेगा.
Exactly.
Join with
True,
your
true.
real names, with the names you have registered for this Gate Smashers boot camp.
बाद में बात आके बोलना कि नहीं दिया, जीते थे फिर भी.
Exactly. I can see Rima as well. I can see Sayukta.
जो नेम से आओगे उस नेम का आधार कार्ड लेके आने हो.
नहीं, उनका आईडीज मांगेंगे, इंस्टा आईडी, सब कुछ चेक करेंगे, सोशल प्रेजेंस चेक करेंगे हम लोग.
पूरा बायोडेटा निकालता है. फिर हम लोग करते हैं लिस्ट पे.
Come on, there are 21 people here.
Promise, how
Join
many joined?
fast.
हाँ हाँ.
Number कितने join किए?
14 people joined over here.
जल्दी जल्दी ज्वाइन करो, और कुछ लोग हैं.
Is the quiz already on, or they are just piling up over here?
They are just joining now. After you just go to the questions, they'll be able to.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Now
more
we
to
have
go,
a
guys.
quite a number of folks. 2 more to go.
Someone is Nasirul Bhaiya ka fan. Everyone is actually. One more,
ये
guys.
कार्ड, ये फीचर होना चाहिए नासिरुल भैया का फैन. शाउट आउट फ्रॉम अस.
Took a screenshot of this.
निमेश को निकालो.
He's not eligible for swags anyways.
निमेश will be cancelled.
Sanyukta is also cancelled.
Actually, our names are because we were just testing the quiz. इसीलिए नाम है हमारा.
अच्छा. Nice excuse, but you were cancelled. Anyways. Okay, let's start it, I guess.
Yeah, start it.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, and let's go.
Okay.
What is GCP?
Nice
अरे
question.
इतना इजी क्वेश्चन से कौन शुरू करता है?
देखते हैं
क्या
कितना सही
है?
जाता है. 'Oh my God'.
100%. ओ अरे रिकॉर्ड.
ये अगर कोई गलती करता भी तो उसे मैं नहीं छोड़ता. साइड पे आना, कुछ बात करना है.
अच्छा, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन.
नेक्स्ट पे चलते हैं.
Which service in GCP is used to host virtual machine? दे दो यार.
इसका हिंट नहीं देना चाहिए.
Similar,
बहुत
similar
easy है.
options.
The option is the answer.
अरे
चलो
62%.
and it's the correct one.
हाँ, लोगों ने सुना
It's
है.
the next.
What does Google Cloud Storage provide? ये तो बता देना चाहिए, तो बहुत इजी है.
Swags. Google Cloud Storage provides swags.
Swag.
Machine learning services भाई, cloud storage है.
ढूंढ के निकालो ये 8% को.
हाँ, नासिरुल भैया तुम्हें चॉकलेट खिलाएंगे.
केट्स इंजन के बारे में पूछा जा रहा है. गूगल केट्स इंजन.
केट स्मैशर्स का केट्स.
रीमा कुछ बोलना चाहेगी या वो मतलब एकदम कंसंट्रेशन के साथ क्विज खेल रही है?
एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. हमारा डॉकर और क्यूबरनेटिस का सेशन भी आ रहा है, तो स्टे ट्यून गाइस.
नेक्स्ट सेशन उसी पे है.
यस.
Which GCP service is a fully managed NoSQL database service?
चलो दिमाग से. नो वन. ये तो नारिन का
No one
ओपनिंग
got
समझ.
it correct. No one got it correct.
सुनील नारिन ओपनिंग का केक यार.
Option used for. अरे
गप्पे शप्पे पब्बे शब्बे कहाँ पे यूज होता है? अच्छा, चलो 60%. नाइस नाइस. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन.
ये तो बताया था. और
के टाई हो गया ये तो दोनों के बीच में.
चाहिए होंगे.
क्या होगा? कौन सा होगा?
46.
कौन सा होगा?
8% लोग. 8% लोग अभी भी गूगल क्लाउड फंक्शन पे वोट दे रहे
तुम
हैं.
बोलो. जाओ
स्लाइडो को दी
आंसर पे जाओ.
कंफ्यूज हो गया है.
चलो ऐप इंजन. नेक्स्ट. प्राइमरी यूज केस ऑफ गूगल क्वेरी.
गूगल बिग क्वेरी.
बिग क्वेरी कहाँ पे हो रहा है? बिग क्वेरी बिग क्वेरी बिग. सोचो.
बड़ा सोचो.
बड़ा सोचो.
Warehouse. वाओ.
ये पहला स्टेप है बिफोर गोइंग इनसाइड अ गूगल क्लाउड प्लेटफॉर्म लाइक यूसेज. ये आना चाहिए सभी को.
चलो हिंट मिल गया.
हाँ हाँ हाँ. चलो नाइस नाइस. 69% people answered it correctly. Very good. Which service is used for continuous integration and delivery on GCP? Now ये तो भाई पूरा हैंड्स ऑन दिखाया गया यार.
अरे
Cloud build. Next question. चलो आ गया आप AI email तुम्हारा. किसने बोला स्टोरेज पे email हो रहा है अभी? चलो अब आंसर दे दो email वालों. वो 8% अब मुझे दिखना चाहिए इधर.
देखो 8%।
ये तो बड़ा ऑब्वियस सा हो गया भाई. ये तो बहुत
77%।
obvious. ये बहुत
अभी
ऑब्वियस था.
8% वाले लोग ऊपर वोट दे दिए।
हाँ वही लग रहा है. Google Cloud SDK. SDK full form. SDK और हिंट कहीं पे दिखाई दे सकता भाई.
अरे
सभी
बाप
सॉफ्टवेयर
रे,
डेवलपमेंट दे दिया. सभी सॉफ्टवेयर
50
डेवलपमेंट किट देख के
50 पे जा रही है। 50
इतना बड़ा ट्रैप.
50 कर
बड़ा
दिया
ट्रैप.
है।
अरे ये ट्रैप था पूरा. What is the purpose of Google Cloud Functions? फन फैक्ट इसको AWS में लैम्डा भी बोलते हैं. Okay.
हर बार सेम नंबर से टाई हो जा
क्या
रहा है।
क्या लग रहा है कौन सा वाला होगा? कौन सा
कुछ
वाला
ज्यादा
होगा
ही
गाइस?
टाइम हो रहा है,
एग्जैक्टली।
ज्यादा ही
कौन
टाइम
सा
हो रहा
वाला?
है। और
मेरे को
8% भी
लग
ज्यादा आ रहा है।
मैं बोलूं कौन सा लग रहा है।
कौन सा वाला 30% लग रहा है? संयुक्ता कौन सा वाला लग रहा है?
मेरे को लग रहा है सेकंड ऑप्शन।
हाँ. नाइस. चलो सेकंड लास्ट क्वेश्चन. Which of the following is a global content derivative? Okay. अब क्या ही बताऊं मैं? क्या ही बताऊं
कुछ
मैं?
मत बताओ, बस रिजल्ट का वेट करो।
ये ये
अब बोलो।
फिफ्थ. यहाँ पे कैसे भाई सीडीएन लिखा हुआ है? सीडीएन लिखा हुआ है इधर क्वेश्चन पे. सीडीएन लिखा हुआ है भाई. ओके द लास्ट क्वेश्चन बट नॉट द लीस्ट क्योंकि हमारा और भी 3 सेशंस बाकी है मेरे दोस्त. विच
2
जीसीपी
सेशन
सर्विसेज
बाकी।
प्राइमरी. नहीं 3. डॉकर क्यूबरनेटिस एंड सीएनसीएफ लैपटॉप एंड गूगल क्लाउड आईओटी कोर. दैट्स द करेक्ट आंसर क्योंकि क्वेश्चन में आंसर छुपा
लीडर
हुआ है.
कौन है?
तो क्या रिजल्ट्स आने वाला है और
लीडर।
ये कौन है?
ओ माय गॉड। निमेश।
ये
नकली निवेश।
निमेश कितने आईडी से आए हो?
यू आर कैंसल्ड.
ओ
ठीक
वाह,
है. अच्छा
नकली
इधर
निवेश
इधर क्या
को हटाओ।
टॉप 10 नहीं आता क्या इस पे?
टॉप 10 नहीं आता
हाँ.
शायद।
ओके सो राधिका कुंडू इज आवर फर्स्ट विनर. ओके फर्स्ट प्राइज गोes टू राधिका कुंडू. विश्वरूप हैज ऑलरेडी वन तो हम उसको नहीं देंगे इस बार. बट ह्यूज शाउट आउट टू यू भाई. शौमदीप दास हैज आल्सो वन some of the
सौम्यदीप
quiz.
दास को मिल चुका है, हाँ।
Somadev Das, Vishwarup, they are regular candidates and like kudos to you guys.
हाँ,
And the second
विश्वरूप
prize goes
यार।
to Aditi Nadigar. Sorry if I pronounce the name wrongly, but Aditi, you are the second prize holder. Congratulations. And the third prize, actually, where's the list of the list? Is it visible to
हाँ,
rest of the
you
people?
will be having the list. Wait a minute.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
And
well,
I don't know how to see that. So let me just see. Can I deactivate this quiz and check it? Should I? Even
no,
Steam?
no,
हाँ,
no.
ओके ओके।
Okay.
Deactivate करने से शायद पता जाए।
देख के आओ, देख के आओ।
Okay. Let's see. दिखता है कि नहीं दिखता.
थर्ड पोजीशन होल्डर नहीं मिल पा रहा हमें, सीआईडी को बुलाना पड़ेगा।
लीडर बोर्ड्स कुछ तो दिखेगा यार, व्यू लीडर बोर्ड्स। अच्छा आ गया आ गया आ गया चलो
Sorry
राधिका
folks,
कुंडू।
we are using Slido for the first time.
Yes, Radhika Kundu is our winner.
Radhika
The second,
Kundu.
Aditi Nadigar,
Hmm.
and the third prize is Deepa the first time winner.
Deepa got, yeah, no. Last session में
Okay,
Deepa got.
Deepa got the prize, so it's Romit
Rima
Sarkar.
also. Romit Sarkar. Romit Sarkar is
Oh,
my classmate.
okay. So, dear Kiran's classmate, Romit Sarkar, you got the third prize. Congratulations. And with
Congratulations
that
all.
being said,
हाँ,
I'll
Vishwaroop,
just
you'll get the swags. Don't worry. Deepa,
every
Vishwaroop, and Soumyadeep.
and not just like who have won the swags deserve a congrats, but everyone who has participated in this, who has been from the start till the end. You people have learned something new, and we are glad that we could
Yes.
add some value to your like profile. And that's a really commendable thing that you have also done for us, that is to be with us, and this support means a lot to us. And yep, it works both the ways, so that's the power of community, and we are all here. And with that being said, I announce the winners again: Radhika Kundu, Aditi Nadigar, and Romit Sarkar. So with that being
प्लीज
said,
अपना इंस्टा
I
आईडी जरूर भेजना और अपना एक अच्छा फोटो जरूर भेजना। वी डोंट नीड योर स्नैपचैट आईडीज।
yes please, और हो सके तो राशन कार्ड, आई मीन अपना जो भी है सब भेज देना, ठीक है? तो मैं शेयर ऑफ
नासिदा का
करता हूँ।
फैन लास्ट आया है।
Nasida, now it's your turn to like do anything with that Nasida ka fan. I don't know anything about that, so
नासिदा का फैन को कैंसिल करवाया जाएगा। ओके, people are writing
all
a
right.
lot of things in the chat. Nimish, don't cry. You will not get any swags. Stop crying in the chat.
Yes, he is the one like to see the questions for the first time. Like in the first place, he is the one to. तो उसको तो नहीं मिलना चाहिए।
नकली निमेश भी बन के आओ तो भी नहीं मिलेगा। सॉरी।
Yep. Over to you, Kiran. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Happy Holi in advance, folks. I hope you all will enjoy a lot. थोड़ा छुट्टी
Yep.
लेके मस्ती करना, and we'll meet again on the next Sunday, 31st.
Till then, keep exploring, keep learning, and happy Holi.
And
Bye bye.
stay
Good night, folks.
tuned. और जो जीते हैं, please send in your details
And
as soon as
again
possible.
to Nasirul Bhaiya for being with us.
Yes, thanks a lot, Nasida. Okay, bye bye, folks.
Bye bye. Good night.